going? It's Roscoe2, and today we're going to do another Chevy Sonic maintenance video. Today we're going to be replacing the cabin air filter. Last time we replaced the engine air filter. For those of you that don't know, in most modern vehicles, the cabin air filter is usually located behind the glove box. It's not that hard to get out, but it's definitely a little bit more challenging to replace on the Chevy Sonic than the engine air filter. Anyway, in order to get started, obviously, you have to make sure your glove box is completely empty. And then there's just a couple of easy steps. You'll see over here we have this little rubber knob thing. And all this does is it helps guide the glove box when you open and shut it. All you do is take your finger, you just pop it right off, and that'll release that. Now, in order to get the actual glove box out of the vehicle, it actually takes a little bit of effort because you have to kind of jiggle it loose from its two connecting points. So I'm going to pause the video, get it unconnected, and then explain how to do it, and then continue on. Okay, everyone, so we've disconnected the glove box. You can see we're actually looking at the back side of it. And you can see right here, these are the little things that are holding the actual glove box to the rest of the vehicle. And they actually connect right here and right here. Pulling it off isn't that bad, but when you're trying to put it back on, you kind of have to use your hands and guesstimate where these things are going to meet with this, because it can take a little bit of effort to actually find it. But once you get the glove box off, there's only one other step we have to do. Let me get the flashlight. You can see inside the actual, behind the glove box, is just a bunch of wiring and all that other stuff. That's actually a computer right there of some sort. But anyway, the actual air filter is right here. You can see it says filter access door, and the way to open it is actually pretty simple. All you're going to do is, you can see right here, there's these little clips. You're just going to use your pointer finger, push them in on both sides. See, there's the other one right there. Now, when I first did this, I actually thought I had to actually use my finger to pop them out, but don't do that. They're just made out of cheap plastic. Just push them in, and then once you do that, the door just pops right open. You can see this is your actual air filter. This, I believe, last time I got this replaced, this was an STP brand filter from AutoZone. But anyway, basically after this, all you do is you just, put your finger in here and you work it out. It's not that difficult. I'm not actually going to pull it all the way out because I'm not replacing it today. I'm just showing you guys. This is the STP air filter. I'm not sure the exact code number for it, but obviously if you go to AutoZone, you just tell them you need a cabin air filter for your Chevy Sonic, whatever year and whatever trim level it is, and they'll type that in and they'll figure out which one you need. You can also type your vehicle into Amazon, and you'll be able to find this pretty easily. These actually only go for about 10 to 12 bucks from what I've seen on Amazon. Even if you get the AC Delco, which is the OEM part, it's only like 11 bucks, not including shipping if you don't have Prime. But these are obviously, though, a lot cheaper than the engine air filters. Even the STP engine filter costs me about 30 bucks at AutoZone. So these are about 1/3 the price usually, depending on where you buy it. But anyway, once you've got all that, let's say you've actually replaced your engine filter, your cabin air filter, you just click this back into place on both sides. It'll set itself again, and then basically I only have one hand to do this, so I can't really do it. But like I said before, you're just going to line these up with these little pieces of metal right there. One other thing you have to realize is they've got these two little things on each side. You need to actually angle it so that those are inside here and not on the outside of this piece of plastic, so that they're behind here towards where the air filter is, and that'll allow it to actually fit in snugly. And let me just do this real quick, and I'll get back to you on the last video. So we've got the actual clips back in place. Fits perfectly back inside the vehicle, except I got to attach this last little piece of plastic, which is the first thing we disconnected. And this can be a little tricky depending on how fat your hand is, but you just grab it and you shove it back in place, and then it should just shut like that. One more piece of advice about the little two sets of clips that are back there. When you're loading it back in, my best advice to get in easily is just use your fingers to feel the part that's connected to the actual car, and line it up with your hands. And then once you apply some pressure to push it back in, you'll hear it click very easily, and that's when you know that it'll fit properly. All in all, this will take you probably less than 5 minutes to do this job, but it is something that you probably want to do every so often, especially if you have little kids and you don't want a fresh filter, so that not a whole lot of pollutants are just coming into your vehicle through the air conditioning system. Cheap, easy job. It's maybe you only have to do it once or twice, 3 times through the life of your vehicle, depending on how long you keep it. Anyway, get back with you guys on the next video.